more importantly, we've got a game on Wednesday against Palace. So, Becky, how are you feeling for that one?
Palace is always a tricky one, isn't it? Because I remember watching the game last year when they beat Arsenal, and I was proper Palace. I was really like roaring them on. And then, they have the tools to overdo us tomorrow on Wednesday. It's a difficult place to go. We haven't performed at all well in London derbies for nearly 2 seasons. So yeah, it is a banana skin. They've had a few poor results as well. So the pressure's on for them. But we should sneak a 1-0. We haven't had a penalty for ages. Let's have an easy 1-0 penalty. We deserve it.
Agreed. I think it will be difficult because Luke, obviously, it is away as well. But like Becky says, they're not in the best of form. I think they beat, was it Bournemouth the other week? But before that, they lost. So that kind of respects, you're hoping that, I know we say the old cliche thing of bouncing back, but I think we kind of have to in this one.
Yeah, definitely. And Palace are a side that we should be beating. Really quickly on that Pedro Porro, by the way. He looked amazing against us, but it brings me back to Aurelio Gomez vibes, where he knocked us out by saving a few penalties and we signed him, and then look what happened there. I'm not saying it's the same thing, but it just gives me the same vibes. But he looks fantastic against us. If we get him, then I'll be over the moon. But anyway, yeah, Palace. Do you know what I like about Palace though? Because I know we're talking about Spurs, but do you know what I like about Palace? They got a good manager who had a bad time in a few of his other jobs. He stepped up well in here, and the recruitment they have had in recent years has been absolutely sensational. But at the end of the day, it's a team we should be beating, and we should be turning up, and we should, win this game. I don't have
simple as that.
Yeah, but
we all keep saying should, don't we? We don't seem very confident.
No,
I'm not confident. Not at all. Not one bit am I confident that we'll win this game. Back it would just be, back in the day I would think, look, maybe Liverpool, Chelsea, Man City, they're the kind of teams United we would struggle against. But any other team in the league, I would be 100% confident. And everyone that knows me knows that I am a confident person. But right now, I'm not.
To see Luke this defeated, man, it's insane. So that's when you know that something's not quite right. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough one against Palace. I mean, Wes, are you going to that one?
I'm not. No, I'm back at work, unfortunately. So yeah, for me to get from Milton Keynes to sort of southeast London on a midweek is a tricky one. Completely agree with Luke though in terms of Palace, their recruitment. Like you look at their players, in particular their attacking players, and you just go ballers, just ballers everywhere. But yeah, they usually provide us with a very, very tricky game, and I have a feeling it's going to be no different tomorrow or Wednesday, whenever it is. Lost track of days, it's just all rolled into one at the minute. But yeah, I think if Palace aren't in the best of form, we all know what happens. Dr. Tottenham pays a visit, doesn't he? So it wouldn't shock me in the slightest if he did pay a nice little visit. Obviously, we don't want that. I think the best thing for this group of players is that there isn't a game in a couple of days away from the dross that we saw the other day. Darren's right, to be fair. But yeah, I think that's a good thing in terms, because it doesn't give you much time then to dwell on what has happened previously. It's like, right, we've got another game, focus just goes on to that. And we can hopefully get a positive result, just to kind of give us a little bit of something to hang on to, because we haven't got much at the minute.
One thing definitely needs to happen is Kane mustn't get booked, because then he misses the Arsenal game. And I know we've lost Basuma because he got his 5th booking on Sunday. But yeah, he can't get booked because that
just goes from bad to worse, doesn't it? Yeah. And then obviously we have Pompey at the weekend as well, which is even worse, because if we lose that means we're out of the cup, and I've got to come back to Pompey. So that won't be fun. But no, it's gonna be a tough couple of days, and I think January is a very tough month, not just in terms of January in general. I think in terms of fixtures as well, it's going to be a bit of a scary one.